So today we're doing a deep dive into an online brand called Henry's Caps,
Right?
and they sell these supposed British heritage caps. The whole promise is vintage style caps made with decades of craftsmanship.
And hand-stitched wool since 1972. It's a really compelling story.
It really is. The website is glossy, the narrative is there, but then you see these huge discounts, like 60% off. It sets off alarm bells for me.
It's the perfect modern marketing paradox, isn't it? They build this illusion of, scarcity and quality, but then those deep permanent sales are almost always a major red flag.
Exactly.
So our mission today is to dig into the sources and figure out, is this a real heritage brand or just a very cleverly disguised drop shipping operation?
Okay, let's start with the timeline, because the story is charming, but the facts, well, they seem to tell a very different story.
They do.
I mean, if they've been making caps since 1972, there should be some kind of paper trail, right?
You'd think so.
Yeah.
The first thing our sources did was just a really simple check.
The domain name.
Exactly, the domain registry. And they found the site's digital footprint is less than 2 years old.
Wow. So not 1972.
Not even close. That's a 50-year gap between the marketing story and the verifiable digital reality.
That's a massive hole in the story, and it feels like they try to plug that hole with just myth.
That's a good way to put it. Their About page has this whole narrative about a man named Henry, traditional cap making.
Yeah.
It's all there to build credibility through sort of folklore.
But there's no proof Henry ever existed.
Zero. No external proof, no traceable company registration, no verifiable physical business address. They're relying completely on the narrative to cover up for the fact that, structurally, there's no real company there.
Which brings us to the visual side of things, the deception.
Mm.
If you're a small heritage brand, you'd expect to see real photos of your products maybe in your workshop, but that's not what we're seeing, is it?
No, the images are incredibly polished.
Yeah.
Too polished. They look like professional stock photos.
Or even AI.
Or AI-generated renders, yeah.
Yeah.
This tells you they're not photographing actual inventory. They're just creating an aspirational mood board. They sell the idea of the cap.
Long before they ship the actual product.
Interesting.
And the core of that idea, the main promise, is high-quality hand-stitched wool.
Right.
But the customer feedback, it's pretty consistent and pretty damning. This is the real disconnect, I think.
Absolutely. This is where it all falls apart. Online shoppers consistently report getting, well, flimsy polyester caps.
Not wool.
Not even close. Thin, poorly constructed. It's the classic bait and switch. The product they market is luxury wool. The product they ship is cheap polyester.
And that's not an accident. That feels like a clear intent to deceive.
It has to be. But wait, you'd think, okay, if the product is wrong, a simple return should fix it, right?
Yeah.
A real business would want happy customers.
Yeah, you just send it back.
And that's the final red flag. The return policy is designed to be almost impossible.
How so?
You're hit with really short deadlines, the contact details are vague, and, critically, there's no clear warehouse or physical return address.
Ah, classic dropshipping tactics.
It is. They make the return process so difficult and so expensive that most customers just give up. It's not worth the hassle to send back a low-value item.
So for anyone listening who's looking at Henry's Caps right now, maybe they're tempted by that story and the big discount. What's the final verdict from our sources?
The sources conclude this is a sophisticated but basically fraudulent storefront. It's just dressed up to look like a luxury brand.
So the quality isn't going to be there.
It does not, and likely will never, match that high-end promise. The whole thing seems to be an empty marketing shell, so caution is very strongly advised.
I think the lesson here for you, the shopper, is pretty clear. You can't just trust the glossy marketing.
Never.
You have to confirm the fundamentals. Look for traceable company details, a real address, and check reviews that talk about the actual material quality.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to consider. When a brand uses digital tools to literally fabricate a 50-year history, what responsibility do we as consumers have to do that basic digital forensics, like a simple domain check, before we buy into the story of a founder named Henry?